Yes, sir! Play now. Do your job. You're gonna play.
Thanks. Okay, welcome to game 19. Ames Storm here takes their 5 win, 13 loss record into the 5th game of the weekend. Ian Nelson with a strikeout there. After the first 3 batters managed dribbler hits past our second baseman, third baseman, and then up the middle, scoring 1 run. Ames quickly down 1-0 with their ace Ian Nelson on the mound. There's a beautiful hit, and Danielson is going to get the unassisted double play.
Fundamentals are just not there right now, okay? We're running to a spot and throwing our glove at the ground, okay? Get in position, right? What would Coach Gray say, Colton, right? Get that butt low, right stance, right? Glove out front. What did we talk about last year, right? Step, tap, tap, right? You're in position, or you're already low, your eyes are down, right? We're not running to a spot, let's drop it, okay? You gotta be fundamentally sound. number on the board. Runs on 3. 1, 2, 3, runs. Hey, ready? Could have gotten out of that one really fast.
Ian, I think you get yourself a less than 13 pitch inning out of the deal.
With 2 errors.
Yeah, right.
Can I give these to Grant if his mom and dad say I can?
No, you
But
will later.
okay.
All right.
That's always Tito's at $2.
Cool. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties there getting going. Sorry for the slack in announcing. Nelson, your pitcher, 6 times he's got out of an inning with less than 13 pitches, make it 17 now. Courtesy of the double play from Danielson. Nelson also got strikeout 16 on the year. So here we go, bottom of the first. Ames, your home team, down 1-0. This will be Dexter Erdman at the plate. Dexter's hit a couple 290 feet this weekend. He'll take a ball high there. We have a giant pitcher here. Don't exactly know who we're playing, except that they go by battle. So we'll call them the Blue Battlers. No changes to the batting lineup, I would assume. Lucas Dressler on deck. Colton Hibbing in the hole. Ball low. Erdman came into today team leader in walks. Went 1 for 3 at the plate. Meanwhile, Hibbing stole the walks crown from him, but he's a ball away here from coming back into a tie. And instead, he'll put the barrel on it and drop it right in front of the left fielder as Erdman's got back-to-back hits. And he is aboard. Lucas Dressler now coming to the plate. Lucas's dad did some research in between games and concluded that the umpires got the call correct. As Dressler takes a strike there, the umpires in that last game got the call correct on the pseudo infield fly. The infield fly should have been. Would have helped if the umpires, the second base umpire specifically, was a little bit more vocal. Crew's going to get his easiest foul ball of the day as that one bounces off the food truck. So after Erdman saw 3 balls, Dressler now behind in the count 0-2. He pops it up to the catcher, and as is the case, all of these boys are better than they were as little leaguers, no doubt. This is such a fun brand of baseball to watch. The one thing that hasn't changed much from Little League is a catcher's ability to catch a foul ball. It's just so hard to stand up, deal with your blood pressure changes, take the helmet off, find the ball, and then catch with a glove that is not. Dressler hits one to deep left, and he'll fly out there. Anyway. Good base running there by Erdman. Went halfway to second. Saw the catcher field it and retreated to first. So Dressler out on a pop out, probably 270 feet hit to left field. This will bring up Colton Hibbing. Hibbing 1 for 2. Last game takes the ball outside. Erdman's going to steal. And that was close. Erdman slides under the tag. Good throw from the catcher. It was wide right. And natty light. So Erdman on second takes away the double play. Hibbing will see ball number 2 here. Hibbing, not the guy you want to get behind 2-0-2. He is team leader in walks. He's got a good eye. Takes ball 3. So 3-0. Hibbing looking for walk number 14 on the season here. And he will get a 4-pitch walk. And as he's running down to first base, he reminds Bancroft it was a 4-pitch walk.
Where's your bag?
What's that, buddy?
Where's your bag?
Right there. So here's Graydon Bancroft. I've been calling it all day. He is just due to uncork one. And he uncorks there, but it's foul. Hit that one about 250 feet foul. So Erdman on second, Hibbing on first. You know, you may have been following the runs battle a little bit. Hibbing with 16 now, Deerdorf with 14, but I tell you, Deerdorf's 14, many of which coming from the leadoff spot, not always getting to be the benefactor of Bancroft and Burrell. I suppose that doesn't make a lot of sense. He would be the benefactor of Dressler and Hibbing, but last year, if you were on base when Bancroft came to the plate, you were in luck because Bancroft's going to hit that one hard, and a great piece of base running there by Erdman to squirt past the third baseman so fast. Great play by the third baseman, to be honest. Third baseman attempted to tag Erdman, and Erdman pulled his own version of a Graydon Bancroft. Ricky Ticky Tavi. And by the time third baseman realized he couldn't tag the shifty Erdman, he just did a 360 and threw to first with accuracy, got Bancroft out. Ball outside here to Burrell, so Ames down 1-0, bottom of the first. 2 outs. Erdman on third, Hibbing on second. Burrell having a great day. Homered in the first game. Takes one low there. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Your count. There's a ball in the dirt. Burrell seeing the ball well today. Always great when a batter has his first 2 home runs in the first tournament of the weekend, then goes dry for 4 tournaments and still manages to produce one in the 5th. So Burrell, the benefactor of being left-handed there, throws off the pitcher a bit and draws a walk. There'll be a meeting at the mound. We'll take a quick break here to unpeel the hooded sweatshirt as the temperature is rising. So great opportunity here for Landon Dahlberg. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Dahlberg did go 2 for 2 in the first game today. He looks at a strike there. That's the Tim Hibbing rule. Every pitcher who's ever had a meeting at the mound by their coach throws a strike. Next pitch. And Dahlberg is going to pop up to the third baseman, who, for the second time this inning, records an out, and Ames, despite loading the bases, gets 0 runs. And we will go to the second. You what? You'll thank me later. Okay, so here we go, top of the second. Let's meet your defense. We'll go in reverse order of 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as they scored officially. In the 9 spot right field, Joseph Franzen. 8 spot center field, Landon Dahlberg. 7 spot left field, Dexter Erdman. 6 spot shortstop, Lucas Dressler. 5 spot third base, Finn Burrell. As Ian Nelson, your pitcher, throws one right down the middle. Second base, Ethan Danielson. First base, Graydon Bancroft. Pitcher Ian Nelson, catcher Colton Hibbing. St. Berger riding the bench after a nice pitching outing. Nelson yields a ground ball to Dressler. Boy, Dressler is just smooth like butter at short.
Good defense out there.
Just makes it look easy. So let's recap who your 3 outs were last game. Danielson had the unassisted double play, and Nelson had a strikeout. Now Dressler joins the party. So the middle triangle of second base, shortstop, pitcher, your 4 outs so far. There's a blooper right to Danielson, and Danielson makes it look a little bit more exciting than maybe it needed to be, but Danielson's been locked in today. That is his 3rd out. If you missed it in the first game, Dahlberg accounted for 4 of the team's 10 outs. That led all defenders. Danielson already has 3 of the 5. Nelson leads the team in just about every statistical category except earned run average. Highest strike percent at 64. most strikeouts at 16. There's a hard hit foul. Most 1-2 innings. He just secured his 9th. Nelson just secured his 9th. The 9th time this year he's gotten the first 2 batters out. Next best on the team to do that twice. There's a hard hit ball in the gap between right field and center. Franzen still tracking it down. Ames is pretty good at the relay. Franzen misses the cutoff, but it rolls to the backup, and the batter will be limited to a stand-up double after a nice hit. So if you don't know anything about baseball, that's probably the most impressive thing you can say about Ian Nelson. 9 times he's gotten the first 2 outs. The next most any of our pitchers have done it is twice. However, when you pitch a high percent of strikes, which Nelson does, 64%, good hitters are going to hit. And case in point, the Battlers have already scored 1 run and have a runner on second, but 2 outs and a strike on the batter. Ball high. Hibbing popping out of the catcher spot well. Left-handed batter, not the easiest in the world. And there's a hard hit ball to right. Joey Franzen getting a lot of action out there. That one's going to get past Franzen. It is backed up by Dahlberg. And an RBI double. And 2-0. The Blue Battlers lead after back-to-back doubles. No, they are. Beautiful pitch from Nelson as he pulls the string on that one. This batter is wearing a play chart, playlist, something on his belt. I really don't know what it is. I mean, at the major league level, they're going to have information on how fast all the runners are so that infielders know. So that infielders know how aggressively they need to charge balls and load to throw and whatnot. There's a check swing right back at Nelson. He will just toss it to first, and Nelson gets out of the inning. Only 1 run surrendered again. Good job, Ian.
Gotta go hit.
Who's up? Ian, Ethan, St. Joey.
Lisa, where's Matt at this weekend? Is it too late for crew to go?
Unfortunately, he's already up in northern Minnesota.
That's awesome. Urbandale.
How'd they do yesterday?
I think they went 1 and 2. I think. So.
What age team? She's, it would be fourth grade.
I think it's 10U.
10U.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I was trying to think of what other kids.
Tegan Pearl, Nora Nation.
I was just gonna say, Nora's gotta be on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Wade works at camp.
Yes.
I don't know
Yes.
if you know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Wade and Jenna. Okay, so Nora's on that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought probably.
Yep. Got it. Dr. B. Okay, so Ian Nelson at the plate here. Joined in studio by Dr. Bancroft. Burrell took me off camera. So the camera is now behind there. I'm only microphone. So, and I'm only holding this.
What's our viewership on?
Well, that's just it. Now that we're doing this new fancy thing, I can't tell what our viewership is at. So, Nelson's going to put one in play, and that is a beautiful catch by the left fielder for the battle. Some of these teams, you know, they just have, they excel at certain things I'm not used to seeing other teams excel at. You know, one is outfielding. Occasionally you see that. Sometimes you see base running. These guys are pretty sound defensively at third baseman even. He's made a couple of really nice plays. And yet their catcher dropped a super easy pop-up, so it's just kind of the way it goes. This is Ethan Danielson. Aims down 2-0, bottom of 2. Danielson swing and a miss. On deck, St. Berger. And then Franzen, and then the top. Ball low there to Danielson. Danielson already with 3 outs today. And he'll send a slow dribbler to second. That is fielded cleanly and thrown accurately to first. So Danielson down as the Blue Battlers have themselves their first 2 outs. St. Berger, the batter, one of 2 boys that goes to Gilbert High School. Foul ball there. He's wearing the Bruce Bolt batting gloves. Proven to help you hit it with more confidence. Modern day PF Flyers, Dr. Bancroft. Ball in the dirt there. Dr. Bancroft, who do you think is bigger, the pitcher or your son, Graydon? Oh, there is a sky-high ball, and that's over the fence for St. Berger. First home run of the season for St. Berger. And he was due. Coach Danielson called it after their 3rd or 4th practice. He said, if St. Berger gets a hold of one, it is going to go a mile. And he wasn't wrong. Berger hits one 300 feet for the dinger. Ames cuts the deficit to 1. Still trails 2-1. We'll go to the third. Take a break. Okay, so here we go. Top of the third. Another good game here, 2-1. Ian Nelson, the birthday boy, 15 years old today. Sister came down from Wisconsin to watch him yesterday. It is heating up. There's a hard hit ball right between shortstop and third. And the blue battlers will have their leadoff batter aboard. Pretty good fundamentals here from the blue battlers. A couple nice defensive plays. Just getting the barrel on the ball. Not swinging out of their shorts. Runner's gonna go. Hibbing, good pop, throws on a line. Good throw down, better base running as the runner is in with a stolen base. So I just cannot imagine what these guys would have on their belt that is so important that they need to remember it in the field. Maybe it's the out-to-eat lunch options, so that after the game the coach can just call a number and everybody knows where to go. There's a pop fly. Dahlberg should have time to get under that and pop some popcorn. So our outfield with their first recorded out of the day. Danielson's got 3. Dressler's got 1, Nelson's got 2. Bancroft at first, Burrell at third, Erdman at left. Good shift here by Dahlberg. This is the last batter in the lineup for the blue battlers. Good job by Dahlberg shifting when he sees the left fielder or the left-handed batter come up. I was never God's gift to baseball, but I did play a lot of center field. I always liked to be able to see the batter between the second baseman and pitcher if it was a lefty, and see the batter between the shortstop and the pitcher if it was a righty. And there's a blooper that is going to go foul. What's up, buddy? You do?
Why can't somebody just take over your job?
Do you want to ask Grant? There is a line drive right at Burrell. Burrell can't quite squeeze it. so runner from second will advance. Not only was Burrell not able to squeeze it, but it caromed off the front of his glove, took him away from the base, leaving third base vacant, allowing the runner from second base to advance. So the Battlers, with runners on the corner, one out, top of the third. Ames down 2-1. Batter shows bunt, which I highly doubt he is going to do. Nice throw down from Hibbing to third. Runner on third paying attention. I love little gamesmanship like that. You know, if you are not going to swing at the pitch because you want to just advance your runner from first to second, why not fake a bunt? That throws everybody off. It messes with the pitcher. It messes with the catcher. You know, technically that defense is supposed to come in. They don't know what to do. I wish more of our guys would fake bunt when they've got 3 balls on them. And there's a well-hit ball to Dahlberg. He's going to get under it. A good relay to Dressler. So that will not count as an at-bat for the hitter, because the baseball gods assume he was doing that on purpose just to score the run from third. So he doesn't have to go home feeling like he's worthless. Beautiful stop from Hibbing with a runner on third. Ball bounced before the plate, and Hibbing nonchalantly backhanded it. That one does get away from Hibbing, but barely. So the runner on third wisely holds. Third base coach pointing out where the secondary begins. Again, base running is an art, similar to special teams in football. You want to divide that base path up into 3 parts and try to get from the first third to the second third every single pitch. The base runner currently is not doing that. Nelson throws a strike right at the knees. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Nelson will give up a walk. Nelson looking over at the dugout, not sure why. Hopefully that's not anything to do with his arm strength. Nelson, the king of supposed bad body language, but it never affects his performance, in my opinion. He'll slump the shoulders. He'll slump the shoulders, but he'll fire right back. So, critical part in the game here. About 40 minutes in. Scores 3-0. I believe we have 2 outs. I need to recount this. Danielson's got 3, Dressler's got 1. Nelson's got 2, that's 6. Yep, and Dahlberg has both this inning. Hibbing so good at popping up from that catcher position. Nelson might be experimenting a little bit here. A walk isn't the worst thing in the world. All it does is lead to a force out at third. Umpire rules that the batter's wrists went beyond 90 degrees there, and as such that is a strike. There's a hard hit ball, and Danielson was getting ready to cover second in case of a throwdown. Actually, Bancroft right now is asking him the same thing, like, why were you, gosh darn it, that's a bummer. I think Danielson was going over to cover a throwdown from the catcher, which he probably should have been preparing for, but because he was doing that, it pulled him away from it. It made him vacate his position, which is right where the ball was hit, and allowed a fourth run to score on the birthday boy, Ian Nelson. So we'll have a pitching change. Be back with you here in a few. Watching last night.
We were watching The Glass Onion.
What was it?
It's a murder mystery.
Oh, cool.
It's like one of the best murder mysteries.
What's it called?
Well, it's with like the original movie is called Knives Out.
Okay. Oh,
And
yeah.
the second movie is The Glass Onion Knives Out mystery.
Okay.
And they're coming out the third.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so Colton Hibbing going in here at pitcher. You know, in some worlds, you would guard against doing this. Joey Franzen not going to be able to get there and right. So the run from third will score. So Hibbing in at pitcher, Berger in at catcher, and then Nelson will hang out on the bench. In some worlds, you would not put your catcher in at pitcher, the idea being that every throw back to the pitcher's mound is essentially a pitch in and of itself, but clearly not as taxing as, you know, hurling ball as fast as you can. That one's going to get past Berger, and runner who just got the hit advanced to second on the passed ball and then advanced to third while attention was being given to the runner who scored. So strike from Hibbing there. A little bit of a joke on the team is that he does have a 0.0 earned run average. He's pitched 1 inning this year and did not surrender a run. think the way the books work is the only run he could be charged for here would be the runner on third. So if he can get out of this inning without surrendering that run, he would maintain the 0.0 ERA. There's a ball hit to right center, and the batter will have a stand-up double.
Hey, keep pitching, Ted.
So I believe that's 6. We'll confirm here shortly, but regardless, Ames does not have any runs themselves. 2 outs, however. There is a foul ball. Hibbing, a sub 50% strike thrower, has thrown 5 of 7 for strikes so far. Berger very close to the batter. There is another foul ball. So again, Burrell at third, Dressler at short, Danielson at second, Bancroft at first, Franzen in right, Dahlberg in center, Erdman in left. Ian Nelson getting defense off for his birthday. And Hibbing with the backwards K on a beautiful curveball.
Big inning. I think it's 6. Joey, you can move a little bit closer over to this way.
We need runs this inning if we want to play a third game. Come on, right now.
Way to catch that one, Saint.
Because he said it's like on record and how many runs you allow, or if the right sun rose in the east.
Sorry, I'm away from my phone.
Okay. I was gonna check the score too.
It's 7-1, I think.
7-1. Who scored for us? Oh yeah.
Let's go play catch.
Oh, Saints home run.
Your thing is at 10%. Okay.
Had to get one.
Okay, so bottom of the third. Ames down 7-1. The Blue Battlers are leaving their starting pitcher in. He has not been overwhelming, but neither has Ames Storm hitting. It is 7-1, courtesy of a St. Berger home run. Storm will bring the top of the order, Dexter Erdman. Erdman with hits each of his last 2 at-bats, including a 290-foot bomb to center field. This park a little bit unique in the fact that it's 295 feet to all parts of the fence, left, center, and right. You don't see that a ton. Typically the left and right field porches are a little bit closer. Erdman takes a ball high. Hibbing's going to pop one up to arguably the best third baseman we've seen this year. That is his 4th out of the day, I believe. So Erdman out on a pop fly. Lucas Clyde Dressler comes to the plate. I'll have to have Lucas's dad research that too, if Clyde Drexler, the famous Portland Trailblazer basketball player, also wore number 22 like I think he did. Dressler takes one inside. Finn Burrell admonishes him for not letting the ball hit him. And Dressler is going to poke one through. No, he doesn't. Dressler's got wheels, though. He hit that ball deep into the shortstop pocket. Great play by the shortstop. I'm telling you, this Blue Battlers team very sound fundamentally on defense. But Dressler, plenty of wheels, is not only able to beat it out, but provided enough intimidation on the base path, running hard, that the throw to first was low and inaccurate. So Dressler aboard. This will bring up Colton Hibbing. Walked earlier. Takes one outside. That is his 5th ball seen today. And we'll check the runner here. The Battlers with a couple of 6-foot fellas. One on the mound, one at first base. Ames just has the one 6-footer in Bancroft. There's a ball in the dirt. Dressler will easily steal second. He'll even round and look at third. Abby, did you hear? Did you hear? Saint hit one over the center field wall. It's our only run. Yeah. So Hibbing takes one on the outside part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike here. 1 out. Dressler on second. Hibbing will take one in the dirt, and Dressler will get a second stolen base. So Hibbing, the rare title of team leader in walks and team leader with fewest strikeouts. And he will foul that one off. And so we'll have a full count here. Hit to the outfield should score Dressler. Bancroft on deck. Hibbing widens the stance as he does with 2 strikes. And Hibbing's going to hit one hard. And that will go off the glove of the base runner. And beautiful base running on both accounts. So Hibbing winds up on second after the ball caromed off the glove of the center fielder. Meanwhile, Dressler scores from third, and we've got ourselves a 7-2 game, still just 1 out. Hibbing trying to put as much distance as he can in the run department between him and Elijah Deardorff, the all-world sprinter, speedster, long-jumping aficionado. Bancroft is going to pop foul. Deardorff out riding motorcycles or watching motorcycles be ridden this weekend. Coming into the weekend, had the runs lead on the team, Hibbing now 2 in front of him. A fact Deardorff very capable of flipping when he returns. 3 tournaments remain for the Storm. Every other weekend is how it will play out here. And Bancroft is going to put a dent in the light pole. But foul. Bancroft still looking for his first home run of the season. 10 last year. Team leader by a mile. And instead this year, Burrell with 3, Deerdorf with 1, Berger with 1. And Bancroft down on strikes as he drags his bat to the dugout. Not happy. So Burrell, I did confirm the 2 home runs he hit earlier this year were both on Sundays in different games. So the stage is set for Burrell to do the same thing here. Have a 2 home run Sunday. And on cue. On cue. On cue. Call me Nostradamus. Finn Burrell, maybe the biggest homer of the year. I'm going to put that one at 320 feet. Now here's the bad news. Every home run Burrell has hit this year, the team has lost. Landon Dahlberg, your batter. This just in, Colton's little brother Crew now being paid for foul balls and home run balls. He's set to negotiate a higher bidding price for this one, as he accepted a measly $1 for the last home run ball he got for Finn. He's been instructed to ask for $5 on this one. Dahlberg was going to fly out, but not before Ames puts 3 on the board. Dressler, Hibbing, Burrell score. So we got 7-4, 3-run ball game. High fives being given.
Eight, 9, 10.
Matt, you'll have to listen to my commentary on that one.
Something about
I totally called it.
college
No.
fund that
No.
I'm going to fund with the ball return.
No, I totally called the home run. Wait, Crew, hold out. Hold out for more.
That's all I got. You take Venmo?
Good job, buddy. Let's hope Finn doesn't hit any more.
Yeah. Will you hold them for me?
IOUs? Do you write IOUs?
No, Dad, you will have to pay me.
Oh, okay. 7-4, Matt.
7-4. 8, 9, 10 in their order.
And bottom of the third.
Top of 4.
Top of 4.
We are the home team
All right.
for a once in a life.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like that ever happens.
That's our last game. All right, so here we go. Top of 4. Ames down 7-4. Runs batted in by Berger, Hibbing, and 2 by Burrell. As Burrell adds to his home run count, which is now at 4, he also widens the gap of his RBI lead on the team. Hibbing back on the mound at pitcher. Puts a little mustard on that one. Nice scoop by Berger. Burrell at third, Dressler at short, Danielson at second, Bancroft at first. There is a stupid floater that is going to land 5 feet in front of Franzen. Dahlberg in center, Erdman in left. A huge gap in left center right now. We're talking half the outfield between Erdman and Dahlberg. A beautiful bunt. You do not see that real often. And very well fielded by Hibbing, who comes off the mound, fields it clean, nice easy throw to first, and a beautiful bunt by the blue battler. So 1 out. We'll give credit to Hibbing on that one. He's got the last 2, including the strikeout. Danielson with 3, Dressler with 1, Dahlberg with 2. There's a strike from Hibbing. I gotta recheck my math here. So if we're in the top of the 4th, that means we should have 10 outs total. As Hibbing rears back for a second strike. Boy, I am just losing my mind. I don't know where the rest of our outs are. I give up. There's a hard hit ball to short. Dressler fields it. And Dressler, I mean, he has just been a vacuum at short. And a nice little find this weekend by Coach Dahlberg. So 2 outs, still 7-4. And that one's going to get past Berger. I remembered where the other 2 outs are. Ian Nelson. Duh. Starting pitcher. So Dahlberg has 2, Nelson has 2, Hibbing has 2, Danielson has 3, and Dressler has 2. So 4 guys on the team. Hibbing, Nelson, Dressler, Dahlberg each have 2 outs. 4 times 2 is 8, plus Danielson's 3. That gets us to 11. We're looking for a 12th out here to get us through the 4th inning, because 4 times 3 is 12. Ball outside. And we got a 3-0 count. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Ames down 8-4. There's a strike from Hibbing.
Looking good, Ted.
I'm not a math major, but I think 8 runs compared to our 4 is twice as many. There is a foul ball, so Hibbing will work on closing out a second straight inning here with a strikeout. Pretty impressive for Hibbing to have any juice in the arm after catching 3.5 games this weekend.
Nice pitch.
He gets a nice pitch from parent Matt Burrell. Look good. Beautiful curve there, just a little bit inside. So we got a full count here, top of the 4th. Full counts have been Colton's bane. But maybe we're turning a new leaf. Gets the strikeout.
Ian, keep it safe.
Good pitch in. 8-4, Finn. Yep.
Dang, you've been using all the biofreeze.
Nope.
I saw it. It's like half
Hey,
empty.
bitch.
Thanks for throwing to him. Being such a good sport. Blue, what was start time?
Huh?
What was start time?
Plus,
Or just, I can do the math.
it was a little, we had 32 minutes left in the game.
Okay. Super. Thank you.
10:02 is what I wrote down.
Okay. Super. Just trying to give you a break, Matt. Not ask too many questions.
Well,
Thanks. I feel like everybody asks you a lot of questions. I'm not a math whiz. Maybe I should ask Gwen, but do they have twice as many runs as we do?
approximately.
Hi, Sarah.
4-8.
How's it going? Let's go, birthday boy! Okay, so here he comes. Ian Nelson, bottom of the fourth, aims down 8-4. Need just a little bit of a spark here. We are 70 minutes into the game, 30 to go. And Nelson's going to reach for that one. It's a slow droller. He's going to have a chance, but he is out on the ground out. So Ethan Danielson, your batter. And he will take a ball. Joey's little brother, who is 3 years younger than him and yet bigger, just sat down on the bleachers with some popcorn and 2 taquitos. Be kind of fun to see what the outfield does when St. Berger comes up to bat here next. But for the moment, Ethan Danielson at the plate. And Danielson's going to pop one up. Again, very fundamentally sound defense. They do catch that one with 2 hands. The Battlers have 4 coaches in their dugout. Not obnoxious at all. Very cool, calm, quiet-ish. Here's St. Berger. Yep, the center fielder backing way, way up. Franzen on deck. 2 outs, bottom of 4. Berger is going to fly this one out to second, just like the batter before him did. So we will switch him up, switch him out. Colton Hibbing, the first one on the field. He's having some fun pitching. Dressler, the first one to run. The boy's got to be tired. There's some hop out of Danielson. 5 games this weekend. Our boys have won 2, lost 2. 5 wins on the year, 13 losses on the year. is game 19. Wow, Erdman is not even, he hasn't even made it to the outfield yet. He is moving so slow. These boys are tired. Ready for a Sunday afternoon nap. Landon Dahlberg in center field is on his knees. Dressler in warm-ups just throwing dots to the first baseman. I mean, Bancroft doesn't even have to move his glove. So Berger is ready. Good job by Coach Dahlberg warming up the pitcher so we can keep this game moving. We could need a little bit of time here.
12 top.
We're in minute 74. So that means 26 to go. This will be the bottom of the order, according to Mr. Burrell. Hibbing back on the mound, Burrell at third, Dressler at short, Danielson at second, Bancroft at first. There's a ball way outside to get the party started. Erdman in left, Dahlberg in center, Franzen in right. And there is a strike. That one was in the dirt. Fielded well by Berger. That is a little bit what you get when you throw hard. The batters sometimes just swing for the sake of swinging. And there is a beautiful curveball. Probably the best one we've seen all weekend. Dove a good 12 inches in mid-flight. I was at a baseball meeting once, and the then Ames High School varsity coach said he doesn't want pitchers throwing curves until they're 16 years old. Well, my experience has been that these coaches just can't help themselves but teach the boys how to throw a curve. And if they teach one boy, that boy passes it on, or maybe even there's a dad in the backyard who's doing it. And so, case in point, I've never taught my son how to throw a curve, and yet here he is throwing some pretty good ones. Full count. And Hibbing is going to get the strikeout. Third one of the day. One in each inning. Hibbing wanted to throw it around the horn, but the defense wasn't expecting it. So I'm not so sure this isn't the bottom of the order batter. Might just be the fastest, but small kid, lefty, tight strike zone, different strike zone, that's for sure. And there's going to be a fly out to center. Dahlberg, positioned normally for a lefty. Had he been positioned for a righty, would have been able to catch that. As it stands, the ball lands. And the runner's aboard. So we will go to batter wearing number 77. His name is Graham. As there is one out here. Nice job by Berger fielding that one. So we're in the top of the fifth. 13 outs recorded here. Hibbing with 4, Danielson with 3. Dressler, Nelson, Dahlberg each with 2. Those are your 13 outs today. Beautiful hold him accountable move there by Hibbing. Doesn't force anything, just reminds the runner we're there. Good job by Danielson being ready. Hibbing back to work here. And he will The batter will flare one to right. In another universe, there's a world there where a hard-charging right fielder is able to make a play at first. Runner wasn't crazy fast. Ball was hit hard enough to right field. There could have been a potential there, but probably not in 14U baseball. So the runner is going to go. There's a strike from Hibbing. Danielson fields the throwdown from Berger. Meanwhile, the runner on third does not go. So Hibbing pitching well above 50% strikes. Has not yielded a walk. There is a hopper to Dressler. Can he do it again? I mean, there are a few things I have more confidence in the world these days than Dressler converting a play from short. That is his third out of the day. So now both middle infielders have 3 outs. Hibbing with 4. Nelson and Dahlberg each with 2. That one's going to get past Berger, and the run from third will score as Berger, oh come on, it hits you in the helmet. Berger throws it to where he thought Hibbing would be standing, and it hits the base runner in the helmet. Base runner thought about seeking some sympathy there for a moment, but opted not to. So the run scores, bases cleared. That may give Hibbing a little less to think about, allow him to just rear back and throw strikes. That he does. Fantastic outings by Berger and Hibbing on the mound here today. Credit to Dahlberg for giving everybody a shot. I know Coach Deerdorf has worked with these pitchers a lot as well. There is a well-hit ball over the shortstop's head. Erdman is going to field it. And the Battlers just doing a good job putting the ball where our defenders are not. Hibbing doing his job, pitching strikes. This umpire does a good job of letting everybody know what the exchanges are. Good hustle from batter / pitcher number 8. So 2 outs here for the Storm. If they want to have a chance, they need to get out of this one. Crew Hibbing off playing baseball with one of the teams that's on their break. Continued positive encouragement from parent Matt Burrell. Throw down from Berger about a half second late. I tell you, I mean, doesn't seem that long ago our throwdowns were 3 seconds late. So we're getting there. But again, the Battlers with runner in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And there's another foul ball. So can Hibbing get a strikeout to end the 4th consecutive inning of work, maybe 3rd. That is a pop-up to left field, and Erdman under it, and to the bottom of the 5th we'll go. 83 minutes.
We're gonna play a third game today.
Hayden. So 10-4. Bottom of the fifth. We're 84 minutes in.
Let's go, Joe!
Probably one of those scenarios here where we either hit for more than 16 minutes, which leads to 7 runs, and we win, or worst case scenario, we get out of the inning a little too quick and we get to play a 6th. So we should see at least 6 Storm batters come to the plate. Most of them for their final time this weekend. 5 games is a lot at any level. If you figure these games average 5 innings, that's 25 innings. That's close to being a triple header. At the major league level, you'd never see teams play a triple header. Franzen, your batter, swings at one, low and away. Franzen already with a 2 RBI single. His brother Grant. Grant, are you taller and heavier than your brother?
Yes.
Both?
100%.
Grant, we call Rusty, named after the character in Ocean's 11 who's always eating. I've now spotted with sunflower seeds, yogurt, taquitos, popcorn, donuts today.
Gum.
And gum. Franzen hangs in there, fouls that one off. On deck, Dexter Erdman. Grant, do you get nervous for your brother?
Huh?
Do you get nervous for your brother?
Oh, what was that?
Yeah. Question answered. Franzen fouls that one off. Good energy coming from the Storm bench. I tell you, bit of a developing story here. The pitcher for the Blue Battlers going 5 innings here. Don't see that real often. Great job by him. And Franzen strikes out looking on something wicked. Erdman at the bat here. The Tyrannosaurus Dex. It's a terrible dad joke, but I would. And Erdman's going to send another one far. But again, this team very fundamentally sound. Their center fielder slides over and makes the grab. Colton on deck yells back at his team. Dexter's hit. The boys are yelling in the dugout about how Dexter just needs to swing harder, and then they'd go over the fence. There's a ball that lands in the dirt several feet in front of the plate. So Lucas Dressler, your batter. And Dressler is going to pop one up directly to the shortstop, who moved 1 step to his left, 1 step to his right. So we'll play a 6th and final inning, take a quick break, and see you soon. Okay, so to the 6th inning we go. Final game of the weekend. Ames again 5 wins, 13 losses this year. This is tournament 5 of 8. They'll play every other weekend from here on out. In case you're not good with your calendar. There's a pop fly to Bancroft, who gets under it cleanly. First pitch out. In case you're not good with your calendar, what that amounts to is June 14, 15, and then the weekend before the 4th of July, and the weekend after the 4th of July. So Hibbing back on the mound, great outing today. And he is going for the highly unusual, we saw it yesterday, but about once a year you'll see a pitcher have a 3-pitch inning, and Hibbing is in line for just that, as Bancroft gets his first out of the game and Dahlberg gets his 3rd out of the game. Hibbing throws a wicked curve in for a strike and is 3 for 3 pitching strikes here in the top of the 6th. And as he'll do another one, this one's fielded cleanly by Burrell, and Burrell with a dot to first, and a 4-pitch inning for Hibbing. Good job, Colton. So Hibbing with the 4-pitch inning, and your defensive totals then through 6. Let's see if we can do this. There's 18 outs. Hibbing's had 4, Danielson and Dahlberg each with 3. That totals 10. Dressler and Nelson each with 2. That gets us to 14. Burrell and Bancroft each with 1. That gets us to 16. I think Dressler's had 3. So that put us at 17. Yep. And then Erdman had the 1 in left field. So Erdman 1, Dahlberg 3, Bancroft 1, Danielson 3, Dressler 2, Burrell 1, Hibbing 4. Everybody but right field getting involved in the defense today. But as Finn Burrell unfortunately pointed out, every time he hits a home run, Ames loses. Unless the Storm can put up 7 runs here. Now that is interesting. There is 7 minutes remaining. So on the chance that the Storm can't hit for 7 minutes, you would see the highly unusual 7-inning youth baseball game. Yo, 7 minutes. So again, props to the big boy from the Blue Battle team here on the mound, wearing number 8. He is going to pitch a 6th consecutive inning here. And may have been coached to take an extra long time with his warm-up there, as the possibility of a 7th inning is in play. In another universe, I might yell out here, "Let's go." And this is a silly amount of time that we're taking in between innings, but I don't know that anybody here is really interested in playing a 7th inning in a game where the winner doesn't even advance. So Colton Hibbing will be your batter here. He'll be followed by Graydon Bancroft and Finn Burrell. If your top of the order is batter 1, 2, 3 in the heart, is batter 2, 3, 4. The 3, 4, 5 in the order. What would that be? The intestinal system. And Hibbing is going to rope one right at the shortstop for an out, but a nice hit to end the day. Bancroft here could use a bout of confidence. Strike one on Bancroft. Bancroft is going to hit that one right at the shortstop, and wow, he is just fabulous. As we got a shortstop battle today between their guy and our guy. So, oh, come on. Stalling. They're absolutely stalling right now. As there's 4 minutes to go, they don't want to play a 7th inning. Not like it would hugely matter.
Hey, base hit here. Need a base runner.
Or perhaps they weren't stalling. Perhaps they just wanted to talk about Finn Burrell, who has now hit 2 home runs today. The right fielder, his butt is against the fence, as is the center fielder. That is the ultimate sign of respect. I mean, they are standing on the warning track. Can Burrell hit a 3rd home run today? I'll look at a strike. There's a ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Burrell. Home runs in both games today. Got a little greedy there. 2 minutes to go, so should Burrell strike out or what have you, we would probably go to a 7th inning. And Burrell is going to get under that one, but again, the center fielder playing under it is able to field it. I think there's 1 minute remaining.
Hey, nice cut, Finn. Good contact.
So with 1 minute to go, we will play a 7th inning. A highly, highly, highly unusual feat. Which unfortunately is assisted by our lack of run production today. So Hibbing back on the mound after a 4-pitch sixth. His arm has got to be jello, having caught 3.5 games and now pitched 3.5 innings. Burrell back on third, Dressler at short. Danielson at second, Bancroft at first, Erdman with his patented pose in left, Dahlberg on his knees, begging for the game to be over in center. That's not true. Franzen in right, Ian Nelson, the birthday boy, on the bench. So here we go, top of the 7th. St. Berger behind the plate, just heard the alarm go off, the 100-minute alarm. But the rule reads that you can start a new inning before 100 minutes as long as the one before it is concluded, which it was. So here we go. More baseball. Ball high there from Hibbing. Nice big target here, number 22 for the blue. There is a chopper. It's going to be fielded by Dressler. Dressler, this will be play of, oh man. Just a great play by Dressler, but the ball was hit too deep in the pocket there. Long throw. I think the umpire got it right. So here's another big boy. I think this is the first baseman for the Battlers. Strike. And Berger pops up athletically, looking down to Bancroft at first. Runner's gonna go. Ball's foul. Burrell, I think, could have grabbed that if he wanted to, but had he touched it, it would have been fair at the point he touched it. So either wisely or unintentionally let that go. Now we know that the Blue Battlers are trying to steal first. Dahlberg reminds Hibbing to hold him accountable. We'll have a pickoff attempt. Hibbing has improved in the pickoff accuracy. Don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago. Hibbing had 2 pickoff moves. And there is going to be a pop fly. That'll be trouble. And it is going to land. Come on, Dahlberg, get it in. Okay. So that ball landed 15 feet behind the shortstop, 10 feet to the left of the left fielder, and 10 feet to the right of the center fielder. But similar to what happened to us at the end of the last game, the runner on first was held in checkmate, needing to revert to first if it's caught, or advance to second if not. And as such, we were able to get the force out at second. So we'll credit Dahlberg with another out for that one, and then Dressler with another out there at short for that one. And the defense continues to support Hibbing well, who is just pitching strikes. There's a ball outside. Throw down about 5 feet off. So 20 outs recorded by the Storm here in the highly unusual 7-inning youth baseball game. 7 full innings at that. There's a strike from Hibbing. As his father of 14 years, I've never seen him pitch this well. Runner's gonna go, and another strike via curve, administered by Hibbing. I don't know who has helped Colton on his curveball more, Coach Deerdorf or Coach Greenlee. I think Josh Greenlee has provided a lot of assistance there. So there's a pop fly to right field. Franzen under it and is going to make the catch. So Ames gets out of the inning, and hey, look at that. Every single position on the team recorded an out. 1 in right, 4 in center, 4 at short, 4 from pitcher, 3 from second, 1 in left, 1 at third base. So that's a great feat whenever a team can do that. And the Blue Battlers are going to send the same pitcher out to the mound. If you think a 7-inning youth baseball game is unusual, how about seeing the same pitcher throw 7 innings? I think he deserves the MVP for that alone. Matt, you ever seen a 7-inning complete game?
14.
At 14U?
Pitches does he have?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
75.
Only 75? Wow. I mean, he looks like he could go for 150. So last year,
We're down 4.
Matt, you missed your opportunity to say 10-4, good buddy.
I wish it was 10.
So last year, Nelson and Hibbing each had games they pitched over 100 pitches. That led to a minor medical issue for Nelson, and you won't see an Ames Storm player do that anytime soon. This pitcher for the Blue Battlers is at 75 pitches through 6. This would be an epic comeback if the Storm were somehow able to put up 7 runs. Right guy to get the party started, though, Landon Dahlberg, 2 for 2 earlier this morning. He's gone from bottom 4 batting average last year to top 4 batting average this year. Put in a lot of work this winter. Second fewest strikeouts on the team. So 3-0. Parent Sarah Bancroft yells out from the stands, "Be smart, know your count." I just would really like to see our guys pretend to walk or pretend to bunt in that situation. Okay, so on the Blue Battler side, the coach is beginning to pace. That tells us he's a little nervous about, can he possibly stretch his pitcher even more. Ian Nelson, your batter here, the birthday boy, 15 years old today. Looks at a strike on the outside of the plate. Not a lot of velocity, but the accuracy is still there for the big boy on the mound. Dahlberg, your base runner, number 3 on the team in stolen bases. He's going to go. And Nelson could potentially double him up. Good base running here by Dahlberg to get back. Great base running by Dahlberg. And a tremendous catch by the second baseman in the outfield over his shoulder as Nelson is retired. So here's Ethan E. Money Danielson. See if Dahlberg tries to steal again. He won't. Ball's inside. Good hop from the catcher. may be familiar with the Grim Reaper and the sign of death. Well, similarly, these ATVs that come around ready to drag the fields after games indicate the sign that the game is coming to an end. Those could just be heard. 2 balls, no strikes to Ethan Danielson. And Dahlberg will steal second on the passed ball. Good job by the third baseman on the Battlers, knowing to stand on the bag and be ready for the throwdown in case Dahlberg tried to round out stealing second. So 1 out, bottom of 7, Ames down 10-4. Ethan Danielson at the plate, sees a strike. Your home run hitter St. Berger on deck. Dahlberg is going to steal third, and Danielson is going to be aboard on the error from the second baseman, which meanwhile scores Dahlberg. Makes it 10-5, and here comes the coach. We might be having a pitching change here. Six and a third. Good job, buddy. 6 1/3 innings pitched. A stellar feat for the big boy number 8 on the Blue Battlers. So we'll take a quick break here while the... Oh, thank you. Thank you, Grant Franzen. Grant, you're just a scholar and a gentleman.
What's a scholar?
Somebody who's really smart.
I'm not smart.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
I bet you know what 4 times 2 is. Okay, here's a quick math problem. Okay, they have 10 runs. We have 5 runs. Does that mean that we have half? Oh my gosh, you totally solved it. You totally solved it. If we have 5 runs and they have 10, do we have half as many as them or twice as many as them? Man, you're smart. So not only has it been 5 games this weekend, but a couple of these have gone 6 and 7 innings. A lot of baseball for these families. St. Berger, your batter here. He will swing and miss on that one. 10-5 your score. Bottom of the 7th. 1 out. Ethan Danielson on first. Berger down here quickly. No balls, 2 strikes. Franzen on deck. There's a ball high. Ames Storm 5 wins, 13 losses this year in AAA action as Berger takes another one inside. 8 tournaments. This is number 5. We're in the bottom of the 7th of Game 5 this weekend. Berger with a full count, 1 out. Takes one outside, I think. Oh. I guess now it's a full count. You know, if only they had a thing that was like a board with lights that sat in the outfield where we could all be aware of how many balls and strikes and what the score was. I don't know what I would call it. If it's, let's see, it's a board that keeps the score. I'd call it a scoreboard. Yeah. Yeah, and then, you know what I would do is I would fundraise and I would get $10,000 to put the scoreboard in center field, and then, you know, everybody would know what's going on at all times. And then I would just ask volunteers to run it. That's what I would do. All right, so Berger draws the walk. My sarcasm put on the shelf here. Joey. Okay. Hot mic. The camera behind home plate is tapping out. And Franzen is going to put one on the ground. It'll be fielded by the second baseman, but that will advance the runners to second and third. So Franzen is out, but timely advancement, I mean, just as good as a bunt. So again, Ames down 10-5, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Ball low there. Danielson has been on this game. He'll look to score on a pass ball here. Don't know that we've seen a single pass ball. Again, Blue Battler's very fundamentally sound. So ball outside there. Lucas Dressler on deck. And that is going to be foul for Erdman. Erdman still rocking the long sleeves, despite temperatures in the mid-70s already. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runners on second and third, bottom of the 7th. And Erdman's going to foul that one off. Ian. And Erdman is going to smoke one, and that is going to land in front of the left fielder as St. Berger will try to come home, and he is thrown out at the plate. Beautiful play by the catcher. And that's how the game ends, 10-6, your final. Good throw by the left fielder. Bummer way to end the weekend. 10-6 your final. Ames falls to 5-14. 3 tournaments to go. Finn Burrell with home runs in both games today. Hibbing and Berger some excellent pitching. Dressler great work at short. The boys, you don't know if they're just tired or disappointed, but I don't think they want to see me poking around in their face, so we'll go ahead and shut her down. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you in a couple weeks. Until then, enjoy your Sunday afternoon. In case you're not aware, the Ames 8th graders have their first game this Friday, a doubleheader in Ames at Brookside Park at 10 a.m. Don't know what the plans are there for GameChanger or video production, but if nothing else, you could send them a telegram. Wish them good luck. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Have a great afternoon.